Hey, friend. Hey, can y'all hear me out there? Oh, I'm gonna get it right one day. I keep forgetting that I plugged up my headphones. Anyway, hey, friend. It's Tuesday, and it's our day. So, hey. How are you? If you are new to my channel and you've never met me before, hold on, let me fix this camera. Baby, if you new to my channel and you ain't never seen me before and you don't know who I am, my name is Lindsay and I'm a pharmacy technician. I've been a tech for 16 years. And in 2014, I started my own pharmacy technician school. Um, and I've helped thousands of learners prepare for the national board exam. So if you are interested in learning content like this, or if you want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and I am going to be here to motivate you and to teach you. Okay, friend? So let's jump into it. I am going to go ahead and add my PowerPoint presentation for today. Today, we're going to be talking about medical terminology. I am on TikTok, baby. So if you on TikTok, follow me. Let's be friends. I tend to go live on TikTok as well. And on TikTok, I talk about pharmacy technician jobs, a lot of times remote jobs that you can earn as a technician that will, help you to stay employed. So definitely follow me there. Happy holidays. Okay, let's talk about these holidays. Yesterday was a good day. It was Christmas. It's my favorite holiday outside of my birthday. And I had a great time with friends and family, really just family, because it was just family yesterday. Yes, so yeah. I had a great time with family, and we cooked and we ate and we just enjoyed each other. So I hope your holiday was good yesterday. We're coming upon a new holiday, which is a new year, 2024. So, what are your New Year resolutions? Do you have anything down that you are going to be um, working on, something new that you're going to be doing? If you are, drop it in the chat. I want to hear from you. But yes, happy holiday, friends. Look at her, she getting it. Go, girl, go. So Cardi B is here today. I know y'all probably wasn't expecting to see her, but today Cardi B is here. And she's talking about what are you using to memorize the top 200 drugs. So I get quite a few people asking me, how do I memorize the top 200 drugs? What do I need to do in order to stay on top of this? It's simple. You want to use something that's simple, something that's going to remind you of what you're doing every day. And then you also want to have some sort of schedule. But before you even think about the schedule, it's really about what are you using. And you should be using this free top 200 drug e-card book. Okay, I am the link for this is in the video description, and then I'm also going to drop it in the comments once this video is posted. So, friend, just stay tuned. Okay, you are watching this live, and you're gonna see this description in for the video, and then you just use that link. Okay, friend. Look, don't be out here studying stuff that ain't gonna be on the board exam. I'm so tired of seeing y'all do that. Using this material from 2010, and baby, we in 2023. The test has changed. It's not the same exam from 2019. This is not the same exam from 2018. And it's not the exam that you thought it was. So you need help. Let me help you. Now, let's jump into the content. So, we're talking about medical terminology. And when I think about medical terminology, it's just basically the terms that we utilize in the pharmacy, right? And so this one says, which term refers to the name of the prescription? Which term refers to the name of the prescription? So when I think about this, you're going to see three different multiple choices that all end in the word scription. You see that? They all end in the word scription, right? And then you have signal. Well, when you think about prescription, we're thinking about what's inside of the prescription. So when it says which term refers to the name of the prescription, we're thinking about what's inside of the prescription because merely we know a prescription is just a piece of paper. But it's not just a regular piece of paper, it's a piece of paper with information on it that we need to know in order to help the patient. right? So when I think about that, I think about in being like a key word in a sense, because remember I told you before, this test is so easy. It's common sense. It's real common sense. And if you don't have common sense, you will struggle on this board exam. Period, point blank. The test ain't hard, we make it hard. Okay. So the N lets us know that we are referring to the prescription, because whatever is inside of the prescription is what we're going to use to help the patient. And so the term that refers to the name of the prescription is inscription. Make sure that you write this down. Inscription is the term that refers to the name of the prescription. Remember, again, we're talking about medical terminology today. This is good for friends who are studying to become nurses, who are studying for the pharmacy tech board exam, who are just studying pharmacology, period. Okay. Now we're going to look at dispense as written. So if you are going to go and work in the retail pharmacy, which is where I got my start. Okay. I got my start in retail pharmacy. I worked in retail pharmacy in 2007. I started at Walgreens as like an externship to my farm tech program. And then from there, I went and worked at a pediatric pharmacy. Now, when I worked at Walgreens, I did not get paid. Okay. So it wasn't anything I got paid for. And I was only there for like 2 or 3 weeks. But working at Walgreens introduced me to boba. I think it's boba tea. It's like the tea with the little gel balls at the bottom. I don't think I'm saying it right. If you know what the tea is called, drop it in the comments. Um, but yeah, it introduced me to that, and it was overall a cool externship. And when you're in the pharmacy at retail, you are going to see them talk about dispense as written. And basically, that's the information that the doctor is giving us on how to fill the prescription. Because there are times where the doctor wants us to fill the prescription a certain way. So they may want us to fill it. They may say, "Hey, I want you to fill it with the brand name." They may say, "I want you to fill it with the generic." They may say, no product is indicated. And so if that's the case, we have to fill it the way that the doctor created it. So it's like your mama sending you to the grocery store and your mama said, "I want you to get Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the General Mills kind." And you came back with the Walmart brand. You and I both know that it's not going to taste the same. Now, it may get the job done. It may give her something to add milk to. It may do all those things, but the taste of General Mills Cinnamon Toast Crunch and the taste of the Walmart brand Cinnamon Toast Crunch is totally different. So when we think about dispense as written, we're thinking about the difference between brands, right? So we're talking manufacturers, we're talking, because a manufacturer is going to make something different, right? Every manufacturer doesn't make it the same way, because you have Nikes and you have Adidas. Well, you and I both know that Nikes and Adidas, they look different. We can totally decipher what's a Nike shoe and what's a Adidas shoe, but they're both made to put on your foot, but they don't both give the same look. They may not give the same feel. They may not also give the same appearance or attractiveness, right? Because we all know too that, baby, in this society, sometimes it's about what you got on. So when you think about dispense as written, I want you to think about it in terms of how the doctor wants us to fill the medication, because the doctor is the one that's giving the order. In the dispense as written code, no product selection is going to be a 0. Write that down. Now, this is something you probably will see on your board exam. Write this down. Dispense as written 0 means no product selected or indicated. That basically tells us at the pharmacy, baby, we can fill this with whatever we have in stock, whether we got Adidas in stock or Nikes. At this point, you just need some shoes, okay? And that's what it's given. It's given whatever you got in stock, give it to them. They're gonna be cool. That's what this is, okay, friend? Don't make it harder than what it is. Write this down because I want you to remember this. Now, The drug review. What is a drug review? I'm so glad you asked me. Okay. Now, a drug utilization review is going to be where a pharmacist is reviewing the utilization of the drug. Come on now. The words is telling you what it means. What does the word utilization mean? It means use. So if the pharmacist is reviewing the use of the drug, that means they're checking to make sure that this won't harm the patient. That means they're checking to make sure what the patient is already taking won't interact or contradict what the patient is currently taking. So it's like birth control and antibiotics. You can write this down. Birth control and antibiotics, they don't work together. They work against each other. So if a person is on birth control and they come in the pharmacy and they, fill a script for antibiotics, the pharmacist is going to say, hey, if you have sex this weekend, please use extra precaution because this birth control won't be as effective while you're taking this antibiotic. The patient is like, oh my God, I was just trying to get rid of acne, or I'm just trying to get rid of this tooth infection, or whatever they're dealing with. And now they got to worry about that and the birth control not working. So now they have to use something in addition to that, right? So when the only way a patient would know that is if their pharmacist is telling them that, because as a patient, they're not going to know. How would you know? How would you know this is going to interact? You're not going to know because you don't study pharmacy, but you are going to study pharmacy. You are studying pharmacy now, so you're going to know these things now. But as a person just walking up, they won't have any idea of that. So it's the pharmacist's job, which is what we see this young man doing in the aisleway. He's talking to her and she's probably asking about something. And he's like, yes, ma'am. How can I help you? Okay. Somebody might say that he is telling her about an OTC meds or, where she can find it, whatever the case may be. What's happening is he is consulting her, right? So when the pharmacist prepares or performs a consultation on a customer or a patient, a lot of times the information they're sharing is what they found during the drug utilization review. So sometimes when you walk to the pharmacy, you will see the pharmacist looking down. They're always on the computer, right? Most of the time, they're never really at the counter. They're on the computers and they're behind the scene, and you see them standing in front of this computer and they got their hand on their mouse and they keep looking down. And they may have a bottle and they're looking down and they're comparing it to the prescription. This is the prescription. And then they have this bottle and they're looking down. They open it. They may pour some of the pills out. They want to make sure that the pills in the bottle matches the pills on the screen, because when you get in the pharmacy, the screen is going to tell you what you need to do. Right? But you hear me? I ain't saying no lie yet. Okay. The screen is gonna tell you what you need to do. Okay, baby. If the pill's supposed to be blue and there's some green pills in here, something somewhere has happened, right? Some done went wrong, child. So what that pharmacist is doing, they are looking there like, okay, Johnny, why did we do that? And then it's like, oh, well, I had to use this brand because we ran out of that brand. Well, when you do that in the system, you have to make these changes and so on and so forth. And so he's like, okay, well, let me tell the patient, this is what we're going to be filling the medication with because we don't have the original brand that we've used in the past. And so at the time, the patient is like, well, I always get this birth control. Why does it look different? Well, we had to use such and such brand, whatever. So with that being said, the pharmacist gets that information, shares it with the patient, and what do you think that they are looking for? We just talked about it. Drug to disease contraindication, right? So a drug to disease contraindication could possibly be if somebody has high blood pressure and they are being prescribed Sudafed. Write this down. Sudafed is a contraindication to high blood pressure because Sudafed will increase the heart rate in someone who has high blood pressure, which may also elevate their blood pressure number, rate, so on and so forth, right? We don't want that to happen. Baby. Look, we're trying to get your nose unstopped. We're not trying to elevate your high blood pressure, right? That's a drug to disease contraindication. What's the drug to the disease contraindication? The drug is Sudafed. The disease is high blood pressure. Sudafed increases the high blood pressure. Therefore, it makes it a drug to disease contraindication because person has, okay, did you get it? Person has Sudafed in their hand, wants to take it. Person has high blood pressure. It works against each other and not together, right? Drug duplication. Okay, can I get the word out? Drug duplication. Drug duplication. How does this ever happen? Girl, I'm so glad you asked me. Look, friend. Sometimes when we go to the doctor, let me just put this out here. Let's just say Lala goes to the doctor for let's say Lala goes to see her PCP and says, "Hey, I'm running low on my birth control. I'm gonna need some birth control, whatever." Okay, Lala says, "All right, well," the doctor says, "Okay, well, whatever. I'll send the prescription in." Right. So then the PCP sends in the prescription. And then let's say 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, Lala realized, "Oh, I need to get a pap smear." And they call their OBGYN. And the OBGYN sees Lala and she's like, "Okay, what's going on?" And then that's when she says, "Hey, I just remember I'm running low on my birth control," or whatever. Or maybe Lala doesn't even tell her OBGYN she's running low on birth control, but maybe the OBGYN sees that, "Hey, you haven't had a refill since February and it's July, and let me, send over a script." So they send over a script to the pharmacist. So now you have the OBGYN in the doctor's office, two different doctors, OBGYN and the PCP, both sending over a prescription to the pharmacy. They send over these prescriptions and the pharmacy fills both of them. When the person comes to pick it up, they want to get both of them, but the insurance company is saying, "Hey, we're not going to pay for the same thing twice." So what the pharmacist does is they're like, "Oh, this is a drug duplication. We got two of the same prescriptions from different doctors. We can't fill both of them." Sometimes technicians we don't always catch it because we are just moving trying to get the prescription filled. But then you have your pharmacist who checks behind you. Remember, before the medication gets to the patient, it would have gone through three different hands. It starts with the doctor or the nurse. That's the prescription. The pharmacy tech gets it, and then the pharmacist checks behind it. So it has ultimately gone through three different channels, three different hands, three different people, because we're all checking to make sure that the patient is getting what they need. Okay? Drug duplication. Called it in twice. A therapeutic duplication, which is multiple choice C, could be if someone, let's just say for easy times of just understanding. Let's just say someone has Motrin and we have Aleve. Well, we know Motrin and Aleve both can work on the same thing. They both can be used for joint pain or headaches or things like that, right? So let's say that for some strange reason, the patient was prescribed Motrin and Aleve. And the pharmacist is looking like, "Well, why would they prescribe both?" All right. And it's like, this is a therapeutic duplication because they both can be used for the same thing. Now, there are times when the doctor will tell you to alternate Tylenol with Motrin because we're trying to break a high fever. That makes sense. And we're not going to be using that for a long period of time. We're using that for a few days, whatever, because we're trying to break a high fever. But Aleve and Motrin at the same time. And first of all, Aleve, Motrin, and Tylenol are not in the same drug class. So they are not necessarily a therapeutic duplication because they don't fall underneath the same drug class. Aleve and Motrin, however, falls underneath the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug class. And so they are going to be used as a therapeutic duplication. So, Lindsay, what are you trying to get at? Basically, I went through all of those multiple choices because I want you to know these are all of the things that the pharmacist is reviewing before the medication gets to the patient. When the pharmacist does a prospective drug review, That means he's doing it before it reaches the patient. Prospective, proactive, right? That means that it's happening before. Pro is before in this sense, right? Proactive. If it was a respective drug review, that means it would have been after, because is after, redo, renew. Something you do after. Prospective, that this right here is that it's the prefix that lets you know what's happening in that word. And so it's happening before it reaches the patient. Write this down because this will definitely be on your board exam. Okay. Um, Baby, look at her talking about talk to the hand, but she ain't really saying that. This is what she's saying. You call it an attitude, I call it boundaries. I put this in here because me personally, I have been in a space where I've had I've let my boundaries down. And let me not even say I let my boundaries down. Basically, what I did was I I am always in the space of helping, and I'm always in the space of trying to make sure that everybody else have what they need. And what I realized, and this is such a good time, friends, that I'm realizing this, is because I'm always overly extending myself, a lot of times I don't have enough left for me. Does that make sense? I don't know if anybody ever felt like that, but so with that being said, I now realize that because I want to be helpful and because I'm a problem solver and because I am intentional about my giving, because it adds value. I find value in giving. I find value in helping. I find value in making sure that someone else gets something that they need, right? And even with this whole channel, it's like I find myself wanting to help you all and wanting to make sure you get where you need to be and things like that. But there's also a way to do that without draining myself and without running out of things inside of my cup to fill me up. And, a lot of times we use boundaries and we're using it with people. Oh, I'm setting boundaries from family, or I'm setting boundaries from my spouse, or I'm setting boundaries from work because, baby, I'm on vacation. Okay. This is not that. Okay. Sometimes we need to set the boundaries within ourselves. Sometimes we need to realize the proclivities that we have. And we need to understand, like, just because I'm good at this and just because there is a need, I don't always have to deplete myself trying to give to someone else, right? Um, Especially when you're sowing into something and you realize I'm not reaping any fruit from this. I'm not reaping any harvest. I'm always giving, I'm always showing, and then when it's time for me to receive, no one gives it to me. At that point, you can't really be mad at the other person. You got to hold yourself accountable because now you're giving and you're giving and you're giving. The people are telling you how they feel, or the person is showing you. And instead of you believing them, you are making it be what you want it to be. So I want to challenge you, and I'm challenging as I challenge myself. I want to challenge you too, friend. Look deep within. Look deep within as we go into this new year. Um, Look within and see, is there any way that I can set boundaries for me? And not that I'm being mean and I'm not going to help anybody, because that's not true. But how can I set boundaries within myself? How can I look and say, hey, I have a characteristic trait of problem solving. I always solve problems. So maybe I say, hey, I'm only going to do 2 problems a month. And after the 2, I'm not going to do anything else. Or maybe I say, instead of problem solving outwardly, I'm going to problem solve inwardly. So I'm still going to problem solve, and I'm going to help be a better me so I can help my friends be a better them by what they see me doing and how I better myself, because I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I am a daughter, I am a friend, I'm a teacher, I'm all of these titles. And the more I work on me, the better I am towards you. And guess what? I have now helped you without even directly doing anything for you, but because I directly focused on me, now I was able to help you. And it's really just boundaries within myself and realization. I mean, I sit in silence sometimes, even when I'm driving, and my kids be like, "Mama, cut the radio on." But it's times I just sit there and I'm listening to myself. Because if we're always around chatter, the TV is always on, the radio is always loud, we're always scrolling on social media, and we're always doing something, paying a bill or writing something off or getting lunch or cooking or whatever it is. You can't sit long enough with yourself to see what's happening on the inside. And I challenge you, sit with yourself, set a timer, sit with yourself 12 minutes a day, set a timer. I'm going to sit with myself. I'm going to listen to what's happening with me and try to fix whatever it is. And you may not get the answers right away, but at least you know that you can do it and you are able to set those boundaries within yourself. And so often we talk about how tired we are. I'm tired of you doing this to me. I'm tired of you treating me like this. I'm tired of you. And let me tell you what someone told me this, and I won't tell you who it is because I don't want to embarrass them or break their trust. Someone told me that their parent told them that as long as you put yourself out there to be used, I'm going to use you. Somebody told me that's what their mama told them. As long as you put yourself out there to be used, I'm going to use you. That stuck with me. And I'm like, your mama said that? The mama. Okay. So, with all that being said, friend, look within you, start with you, love on you, and sit with you, because there are people out there, while we're giving and giving and giving and giving, they're taking and taking and taking and taking, and they ain't giving nothing back. They're not giving anything back. Um, I don't even want to go on a soapbox with this, but I just want to encourage you to set boundaries within yourself. Not that you don't want to help anybody else, but sometimes we need to stop what we're doing and help ourselves. Because if we be honest, we're multitasking all day long. Some of y'all are watching me right now and doing something else. Yeah. You're watching me and you're doing something else, driving, cooking, working, folding clothes. You're doing something that ends in ing, which means you're active in that thing. And you're not allowing yourself to just focus on this. And that's one of the ways we spread ourselves too thin, because we're trying to do so many things at one time, hoping to get things better for tomorrow when tomorrow ain't even came. We really need to focus on today. That's boundaries, friend. Boundaries is saying, hey, I'm gonna focus on this and I'm gonna do this for 12 minutes. I'm gonna listen to me. For 12 minutes, I'm gonna work on me. Those boundaries within yourself. And then when you do that, you'll have whatever comes out of your cup the next person can have. But look, child, let's just agree that as we go into 2024, we gonna do better on me. Okay? All right. Patient rights. So which of the following is not one of the patient's rights? Talking about patient rights. Now, if you're new to my channel, baby, I told you I was gonna teach you and motivate you. Okay. Click subscribe so you can be a part of the family, because this is what we do. We go live every Tuesday, and I am here. My sole intent is to teach you and motivate you. That's what we're doing, friend. So shout out to my new friends. Drake said no new friends, baby. I'm screaming new friends all 2024. Okay, come on, new friends. Come in here and like the video, subscribe, and tell your friend, your mama, your cousin, and your auntie that this black girl named Lindsay is helping you. Okay. Which of the following is not one of the patient's rights? So we're talking about patient rights, and this is what I want to tell you, because I don't think people understand this. As a patient, let me bag up a little bit, but so I can be clear to you. Am I clear to you? Can you see me now? That's what Pac said. Can you see me? Okay. As a patient, you have rights. Baby, when I tell you you got rice, you got rice. You actually got 5 rice. And if you don't know the 5 rice, you need to go back and look at my other video because we'll talk about it. And I might tag into this one where we're going to stay focused on the topic at hand. One of the patient's rights is the right to the right patient. That means that your name is Kathy Jones, and there's another Kathy Jones here, and there's another Kathy Jones who spells her name with a K. The thing that's going to separate you all is birthdays. If the birthday don't do it, maybe it's going to be the address. Let me tell you one time, y'all are not going to believe this. I'm not going to believe it. One time in my career, while I was working in retail pharmacy, I was helping somebody work the drive-through, and I'm there, he's getting the people out the drive-through, and I'm pulling the medication off the shelves. Like, we've already filled it, so I'm just pulling it off the bins and I'm handing it to him. And I had this bad feeling. I was like, I made a mistake. You know how you feel when you did something you weren't supposed to be doing? I was like, I made a mistake. And they kept like reassuring me, Lindsay, you didn't make a mistake. You're fine. I'm like, no, something ain't right. I did something wrong. I can feel it. And I started retracking my steps and retracing myself. And what happened was we had 2 patients who had the same names and the same birthday. And when that happens, the next thing is to verify the address. So if you get 2 people named Kathy Jones, their name is both spelled the same way, and you ask them for their birthday and they say March 29th, 1985. Baby, 1985 and your name Kathy? Maybe they was born in 1960. Shout out to all my friends named Kathy. Anyway, girl, you be doing too much. Okay, so same name, same birthday. Y'all stay with me. Same name, same birthday. The next thing I was supposed to do was to check the address. I didn't do that, friend. I just gave him the medication. When I realized it, I told the pharmacist I was so good at what I do because, baby, you see me now, so you know I was a beast. I was so good at what I did, baby, that even the pharmacist was like, Lindsay, you didn't make no mistake. I was like, I made a mistake. And what I actually had to do, because nobody in the pharmacy would believe me, I had to pick up the phone and call the patient myself. And I was like, such and such, do you have so-and-so's medication? And they were like, yeah, I do. And they got so upset with me. How could you make this mistake? Just started to be verbally abusive. I took it because it was my mistake. And I actually had the patient, thank God the patient had not taken any of the medication. They brought it back to the pharmacy, which was good. And I got written up for it. Now, hold on, y'all. I got written up for it, and the pharmacist was like, well, you actually caught your own mistake. We didn't have to catch it for you, but it's protocol because you gave medicine to somebody else that it wasn't for. We have to write you up. This is our protocol. I'm like, I ain't tripping. I get it. It is what it is. I ain't even mad about it. What I was really happy about was the right patient didn't take the wrong medicine. See what I'm saying? Because the right person actually did come to the pharmacy. They just got the wrong medication. So I had to take that L. It is what it is. It happens to the best of us. I'm just glad that the lady didn't take it, because people can take a medication. They can be allergic to the medicine. It can have a contraindication to what they're already taking. They can go and take a medicine, go into a seizure. It could be all kinds of things that goes wrong with this, okay? So I was really happy that didn't happen. So anyhow, with that being said, the patient has a right to receive the right patient medication. So if my name is Lindsay Bradford, baby, don't give me nothing for nobody else. Okay, Lindsay Bradford, not Lindsay Thomas, not all these other things. So they have the right to the right patient, the right drug. So if your doctor calls in, this is why it's imperative that when you take your medication to the pharmacy, child, you know what your doctor wrote on that script. Because now what the doctors are doing a lot of times is they're calling the medication in before you leave the doctor's office. So when you get to the pharmacy, you're taking the word of the pharmacy. And what you really want to do is ask the doctor, can I get a copy of the script? And they'll give you a copy. So when you get to the pharmacy, you can make sure that if the doctor said he was calling in amoxicillin, and when you get to the pharmacy, they've given you K-Flex, which is another antibiotic, you can compare and say, okay, this is not what my doctor ordered. This is how you advocate for yourself. Come on, advocator. This is how you advocate for yourself. Baby, y'all got to stop trusting all this. Look. Trust in no man, baby. Trust in God, baby. If you're gonna trust in God, okay. What you gonna do though when you go to that pharmacy? You need to make sure that what the doctor called in is what the pharmacy don't feel, because in the pharmacy we're all human. We make mistakes. We're not robots, and even then, when you got a robot, you definitely want to check behind it. Right patient, right drug, right price. You think the patient is entitled to a right price? You and I may say, so look, let me tell you something about me. I don't mind spending on things, but it has to be something that I want. So I will spend money on my hair. Baby, I love hair. Hair is something that I love. I love hair. I've always been like that. I love hair. I don't have to have a Louis Vuitton bag. I don't have to have a Gucci, a Gucci shirt. I'm okay. But baby, my hair got to be done. My husband will tell you I will cry when my hair not done. It's just something about me. Now, what I may think is okay to spend on hair, somebody who don't feel the same way about hair may not agree with that. To me, the right price for a hairstyle could be $1,000. To somebody else, they like, baby, wash my hair and blow dry it and put some curls in there and let me give you this $100. To me, that ain't the right price. To them, it is. So the right price is always negotiable, and it's always something that is based off of the individual, basically. So is the patient entitled to a right price? No, because what I may consider a right price, you may not consider a right price. Okay. The right dosage form. What does that mean, Lindsay? That means that if your doctor wrote your medication in tablets, but it was filled in liquid, it don't equate to the same thing. Okay. Now there's a conversion process that happens where we have to do some converting behind the scenes, and we're trying to convert milligrams of the medication pills to liquid, right? And we're trying to do these conversions, and we say, okay, but even then we still have to call your doctor in the pharmacy to change your dosage form from a tablet to a liquid. We can't just do it without their permission. So we say, well, I have this. Let me see if the doctor is okay with me giving it to you in liquid form, whatever. The doctor say yes. Okay. Going back to the right dosage form, if the doctor wrote it in tablets, you are entitled to tablets. If the pharmacy say, well, we don't have it in tablets, we have it in liquid, do you still want it, Ms. Johnson? You can say, give me my script back. Now look, child, don't be going in there talking about Lindsay said, I can say, give me my script back. You can say, no, I don't want that. Let me check with another pharmacy. I'll take the script back. And you can take it back. You can take the script back all the way up until the moment you have, all the way up until the moment you get to the register. Once you purchase the drug and you actually pay money and you take the drug with you, it's no more taking it back. Once it gets into your possession, you cannot take it back. While the pharmacy still has it behind the counter, you can say, I don't want to fill it here. Give me my prescription back. I'm going to another pharmacy. Okay. So with all of that being said, which of the following is not one of the patient's rights? It's going to be the right price. Baby, because your price ain't my price. DJ Kelly said, yesterday's price is not today's price. Okay. Due to the demand, yesterday's price is not today's price. Somebody would say, well, I saw that yesterday for $10. Now they done. Why is it $25 today? Baby, because you should have got it yesterday when you saw it. Okay. Pharmacy abbreviations. We are moving right along. Moving right along. Pharmacy abbreviations. Give this video a thumbs up. Come on, hype me up, friend. Hype me up, hype me up, hype me up. Let's get into the algorithm so we can help other people become certified. That's what this is about. It's certified. Can I help you? Help me. All right. Help me help you so we can help them. Come on now. Pharmacy abbreviations. It says, what does the sigma mean? 1 teaspoon. Look at me telling the. Okay, let me beg up. Let me just tell you this before I give you the answer. In pharmacy, we speak in like a terminology. It's like a little club thing. You ever seen Little Rascals? Okay, so on the Little Rascals, they had like this little clubhouse. And in order to get into their meetings, you had to know their password. Baby, that's what this is. We're not really the Little Rascals, but we are like a little club. You need to know our abbreviation. You need to know our lingo. You need to know how we talk. Okay. We speak this way because we want to keep the outsiders out and the insiders in. That means that if you're not supposed to be buying or getting no prescriptions, you ain't getting them. Why? Because people be robbing, stealing, and trying to get these prescriptions, baby. Because they be trying to do it and it be fraudulent. That's what it is, friend. I can't tell you why. I can't even tell you why, but it be happening. They tried it. And if you cute at the pharmacy, they're going to try it on you. I'm going to tell you right now, just prepare yourself, prepare your soul. Okay. If this thing say 1 teaspoon by mouth, PO means by mouth. Do you see that all of them say by mouth? That lets you know PO translates to by mouth, by mouth. 1, that's all the same. Why did we put take in front of it? Because if you just say 1 teaspoon by mouth, they're going to be like, what do I do with the teaspoon? You might say, oh my God, you got to be the slowest person I know. Look, let me tell you something. People are not thinking like you, friend. You got to tell people to do with the teaspoon. Do you want them to take it? You want them to inject it? You want them to instill it? Instill is in the eye. Injection could be in the arm. Taken by mouth. You want them to insert it. That could be inserting rectally. That could be inserting vaginally. You got to tell people what you want to do. You got to tell people how you want to be treated, baby. Let me tell you how to treat this medication. You're going to take it. How you going to take it? You're going to take 1 teaspoon by what? By mouth. Okay, you just learned something. You ain't been here but 5 minutes. You already learned something. Take 1 teaspoon by mouth 4 times a day. What does the QID mean? 4 times a day. How do I know that? Because Q stands for quad. Baby, and I ain't talking about quad from Married to Medicine, even though that's my friend. I ain't talking about her. I'm talking about quad. Quadruplet, right? Had these people, they be having 4 kids at a time. Quadruplet. Okay? Quad. 4 times a day. AC. AC is going to be, is that before meals or is that after meals? It's going to be before. I want you to think about AM. AM is before noon. PM is afternoon, right? So when we think about AC, we're going to think about AM, before, right? Take 1 teaspoon by mouth before meals and at bedtime. HS stands for bedtime. So our answer is going to be letter B. B, 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 B. Okay, friend? Look at you learning. I know that's right. Baby, the day after Christmas, tell them don't play with your hustle. Tell them don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with the hustle, okay? Retail pharmacies do's and don'ts. Which of the following may a technician do in a retail pharmacy? Baby, what is a retail pharmacy? Walgreens, CVS, Kroger Pharmacy, the pharmacy that's in your neighborhood, that's the independent pharmacy that you may not know about. It is still considered retail. Okay. Retail. They get the medication in and they get to sell it back to you. They bought it for a price. Now they're selling it back to the community for a price. So it's really kind of like resale, but it's retail. Y'all getting all kind of gems today. Look, y'all getting all kind of stuff that I wasn't even trying to give today. It's a good day for us, friend. It's a good day. Now let me see. This says, what can the pharmacy technician not do? We cannot accept a new prescription over the phone. We are not a doctor. So we cannot accept new prescription over the phone. We are not a doctor. Okay. So if somebody tries to call in with a new prescription, we need to put them on hold so they can speak to the doctor. Now, remind you, somebody may say, baby, in my state, I can do this. That's your state. That's your state. That's what you can do in your state. What am I teaching you? I'm teaching you federal laws. Why am I teaching you federal laws? Because I am preparing you for the national board exam. Okay. The national board exam covers on the federal level. So we're talking Fed time. We're talking FBI. Look, come on, don't stay with it. We're not talking about the state level, okay? All right, all right. So what we can't do is we cannot accept these prescriptions, new prescriptions over the phone. If a patient is calling in a refill on their medication that they've already received, that's different. If a doctor or a nurse is calling in a new prescription, please put them on hold and get your pharmacist on the line, okay? This is your reminder. This is your signal. This is your sign. Baby, this is your opportunity. This is your moment. This here reminds you that what you are doing and what you're pursuing now, you're prepared for it. You may be scared. You may be nervous. You may have never done this before. Maybe this is your second time doing it and it didn't work in the past. Maybe you didn't see this coming. Maybe you feel blindsided. How did this happen to me? Why is this happening to me? I want you to know that everything in your past has prepared you for this moment. Everything in your past has prepared you for this moment. This baby continues to jump. She jumping. She young too. And she is already training. She jumping. She young. But this time she jumped and it didn't fall over. That's what you got to believe in. That if you keep doing something and you keep doing it with the right intentions, the right goal in mind, eventually something is going to work. Baby, don't give up on yourself and don't give up on this moment. This is your sign, friend. This is your sign. This is your time. It's your time now. This is your time. This is your time. Move forward. Don't get stuck. We're going into 2024. Move forward. Don't get stuck. Do something you ain't never done before. Have something you ain't never had before. Do something that lets you know you're alive. Okay? Baby, everything in your past has what? Prepared you for this moment. Everything. Everything. Everything in your past has prepared you for this moment. Let that sit with you, friend. Let it sit. Let it sit. Don't let go of the doubt. Let go of the fear. Let go of the worry. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your sign. In the pharmacy, there is something called adjudication. Adjudication in the pharmacy is a fancy word for filing insurance. Baby, that's all it is. They take that little insurance card. Let me see if I got a little insurance card over here. Okay, yeah, I got a little discount card. Y'all probably be seeing these in your pharmacy. Baby, they take that little insurance card, put that bin number in, boom, 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 boom. Put that group number in, boom, 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 boom. Put that little PCN number in, boom, bam, boom. Okay, Miss Johnson. Okay, your prescription, I just ran your prescription and your insurance company say that they're going, hold on, Miss Johnson, hold on. Let me explain because y'all know Miss Johnson be so excited to ask her question. Hold on, Miss Johnson, hold on. Your insurance company said that they're going to pay, Miss Johnson, hold on. The full price of the medication is $125. Your insurance company is covering $100. You are responsible for the $25. Okay, Ms. Johnson? Ms. Johnson say, thank you, Lindsay. I appreciate that. You are just so kind. Every time I come to this pharmacy, I looked for you. Oh, Miss Johnson, thank you so much. I just enjoy serving you and working with you because you need to have good customer service in that pharmacy, friend. Okay. Now, when you run this prescription through electronically, that's adjudication. It's the process by which a prescription is submitted electronically online. What's electronically? Online to the third party payer. Who's the third party payer? Aetna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, Cigna, right? Medicaid, Medicare. So the pharmacy can be reimbursed for the medication they dispense. What you mean reimbursed, baby? Because I told you that they bought this medication at a price, wholesale price. Now they selling it back to the insurance. Baby, it's a money making. I'm trying to tell you. Okay, don't get caught up in it. Just do your job. Do your job. Okay. What's the answer? Letter A. Letter A. What is adjudication? Electronically. Third party payer. Okay. All right, friend, you done made it to the end. Look at you. Look at you done made it to the end on this good Tuesday, baby. Tell them don't play with your hustle. This right here show you how you closing out 2023, how you prepare for 2024, how you finna make this money. You finna be a new you finna do new things. You finna see new people. You finna have new opportunities. You finna do things you ain't never did before. And baby, this declaration that you just said, because you here with me today, lets me know how much you are ready and how much you really want to pass this board exam. Okay. Some of my friends that come back to, they say, Lindsay, I already don't pass the board exam. I just want to see you. Shout out to my friends who don't already pass. If you are new to my channel and you don't know what I've done or whom I've helped, please go back and read some of those reviews and some of those testimonies. For the people, I've never even actually met them in person, friend. I just met them how I met you. And baby, we've been rocking. Some of them since 2015. Till the wheels fall off, and then we're gonna get out and push. Okay? All right. If you on TikTok, follow me on TikTok, because that's where I'm at. Follow me on TikTok at CPHT Lindsay, and let's be friends, let's connect, and let's make sure that we stay keeping each other accountable. I'm gonna need you to keep me accountable. Check in with me and say, Lindsay, girl, are you holding us up accountable, or are you letting stuff just get away? Okay. Have the most amazing day. Come back next Tuesday. I will see you there. When you come back next Tuesday, it will be 2024. So happy, happy, happy New Year, friend. I love you. I am so proud of you. And I'm proud of what we've done together. Please continue to do your very best and keep up with everything that you're doing. Keep me posted on where you are and what you're doing. I want to be a part of it. I'm going to see you on TikTok. When you follow me on TikTok, baby, send me a little heart so I know it's you. Okay, friend. Bye. See you later. Happy 2024.